The people want to know, did you have an iPhone or an Android?
Then there was a Nextel.
Oh my God. Y'all been together a long time.
The funny story is I had just moved back home because I was living up here
in Atlanta,
in Decatur.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I used to train for a little while at the gym across the street when I was
No
training
way.
for the NFL. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So are both of you from Mississippi?
Yes.
I'm technically not.
Oh, did you graduate from high school in Mississippi?
I did. I always like to joke and say I'm a transplant. So I was born in the Philippines. That's where my mom's family is from. But my father's family is from Mississippi.
Many parents out there, you still have your children. You still can hug them. You still can call them. You still can celebrate their life with them. And we do not have that anymore.
Today, for the first time since their son's death captured the attention of an entire nation, the parents of Nolan Wells sat down to speak from the heart, not through a press release, not through a legal statement, but face-to-face in their own words about the son they raised, the grief they carry, and the questions that still haunt them every single day. This is the interview families across the country have been waiting for, and if you care about justice, about truth, and about honoring a young man taken far too soon, you need to stay with us for every second of what comes next. If cases like this matter to you, if you believe Nolan Wells deserves to be remembered and every grieving family deserves to be heard, then don't scroll past this moment. Hit subscribe right now, tap that like button, and drop a comment below sharing your thoughts, a prayer, a memory, anything in honor of Nolan. At 3 True Crime Stories, we tell these stories with respect and truth. Your voice matters here. Now, let's get into it.
I also thank you for my wife because everything that you mentioned, I've been there. I was at that point, but she kept me grounded. And like I said, I owe so much to her for just keeping me at bay. But every day is a challenge. For me, knowing that, my son is not here, I won't be able to see him anymore.
Yeah.
I go through old text messages, old videos, just memories. The last day that I spoke to him, and it just, I break.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I do that in my own personal space.
Yeah.
Because I know I have to be that person to be strong for her and my family. So I'm working kind of like a two-sided sword in a sense. And I'm trying my best to keep it as level as possible. But it's hard,
I can imagine.
So we have each other.
Yeah, we have each other.
And that's I would say that's probably what's grounded us in a sense. Because I know early on when there was so much anger and emotions were high, I literally was like, look, if you allow that anger to consume you,
yeah,
and if you act out irrationally, even for a moment, because we're hurting so bad, I was like, I can't do this by myself.
Yeah.
Like, I can't lay our child to rest, still wear the hats we have to wear as adults and parents.
Yeah.
And then, I can't be by myself. So I want to say thank you.
That's beautiful.
for hearing me.
Wow.
Because I know how hard it's been for you. I know people have kind of focused in on me, but I always say he's grieving just as much as I am. That was just as much his child as it was mine.
Let me ask you on a lighter note, because you all's connection and energy is so strong. How'd y'all meet? That's what we want to know. I don't know if y'all old enough to remember this show, Love Connection.
Yes.
What's your version, man?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I was working at a cell phone store, and I was doing our weekly special for the cell phones.
Yes.
And so it was just me and my manager up front. So initially when he came in, you know, she's like, "Hey, how you doing? What can I help you with?" And so at some point it was, "Hey, Christine, can you come? And I'm like, "No, I am busy.
Right.
I am drawing out our board." And she's just like, "Girl, get over here." And so, we started talking, and I was telling him just a little bit.
As we all know that, Nolan Wells was an 18-year-old with dreams bigger than the small Mississippi community that raised him. A standout wide receiver, a recent high school graduate, and a freshman already turning heads on his college football team, Nolan was the kind of young man people simply gravitated toward. His parents describe him as a light in every room he entered, a young man whose warmth put people at ease and whose presence made others feel like they mattered. In this emotional sit-down, his mother and father did not focus on speculation. They did not focus on theories swirling across social media. Instead, they chose to focus on their son, on who he really was, on the boy who once ran laughing through their home as a toddler, the same boy who years later would call his mother just to check where she was, teasing her about tracking her location, only to ask if she could pick something up for him on her way home. His parents spoke about the lessons they poured into him growing up, the importance of character over appearance, the value of choosing friends wisely, and the discipline that came from watching his father's own football journey. His father shared how he passed down everything he had learned from a lifetime around the sport, hoping to give Nolan the guidance and support he himself never had. His mother spoke about the quiet moments, the humility in her son, and the way he always seemed to know when someone needed comfort, even before they asked for it. They also opened up about the toll this tragedy has taken on their family, especially on Nolan's 5 siblings. His parents explained that rather than constantly asking their children how they are feeling, they instead ask what they need, understanding that grief at that age does not always come out in words. One of Nolan's older siblings has turned to therapy to process the loss of not just a brother, but a best friend and confidant. His younger brother, who shares Nolan's love for football, has channeled his grief into determination, training harder than ever, driven by a promise to make his late brother proud. Throughout the interview, both parents repeatedly emphasized their faith. They described their prayer life since July as complicated, at times filled with anger and unanswered questions directed toward God, yet ultimately grounded in trust. They spoke about giving themselves permission to grieve honestly, even when that grief included asking why this happened to their family. At the same time, they expressed deep gratitude for the outpouring of support they have received, not just locally, but from people across the country and even overseas. The parents also addressed with visible restraint the intense public scrutiny they have faced since becoming a national story. They described being criticized for simply living their daily lives, for smiling in public, for continuing to work in their professions. They shared that the emotional weight of losing their son has made it difficult to even consider returning to their careers,